Hey there, noodles. Hope you guys are having a great night. I just got off my shift. Actually, my last evening shift here at this fire that I'm looking at currently. Here in New Mexico. It's the trout fire, I believe it's called. Well, actually, I know that's what it's called. I don't know why I'm acting dumb. But I'm a little tired, so deal with it. I'm sorry. I do want to apologize for not uploading for the past couple days. But it has been a little hectic. I will explain later in another video. But tonight, you know, I've been doing a lot of thinking in the past 24 hours, and you know, my brother, he's been a really good dude to me, for the entirety of my life. He's never treated me wrong, and I've realized this week that I haven't always treated him the best. He said some things to me that really stuck out, that really got my attention, and even though he's almost 3 years younger than me, uh. No, actually, no. I think he's just over 30. So yeah, I think he's closer to 4 years younger than me. He really has some really good insights in life. And, the main thing that stuck out to me was the fact that he told me the other night that my current circumstances in life are all there because they're the consequences of my past actions. And, it really hit home when I heard that. And, I kind of just want to talk about it. Like, for the past since the 20th of June, I've been on a tea break and I've been working my ass off at this company that I will, I think, for now keep anonymous. I don't want to dox myself or nothing, but I've been working for a catering company that's been feeding firefighters uh, down here in New Mexico, and we aren't the only catering company for this fire, so I'm not too worried mentioning which fire I'm on. There's been multiple catering companies coming in and out for this fire, working together for it. But tomorrow I am demobbing, uh, or in other civilian terms, I guess you would say, leaving this fire. I'm no longer working on it because the fire's gotten so small that I don't need to be here anymore. There's just not enough hours for me to pick up with the core crew. I was pulled on as an extra person pretty much to come in last minute and help feed over 1,500 people at one point for about 2 weeks. I think it was just over a week that we were feeding that many. And this past since Sunday, we've been our numbers have cut almost in half and dwindled. So it's been really nice to actually finally get some extra sleep and relax a little bit. But at the same time, it's also been a little nerve wracking since I'm not um guaranteed another fire this season, since I'm not part of any kitchen's core crew. I'm not saying I won't get one. There's like a 90% chance that I will get called out again for another big fire. Probably actually the next couple of weeks. I've heard there are a couple with this company, more fires popping up for a different kitchen. Uh, that I've been invited out to. So hopefully I can get a flight out there up to Washington or Oregon, whichever fire that needs me most, and I can work that for hopefully the rest of the season. If the fire is that bad, maybe just a couple more weeks. We'll see at a time. But I'm hoping for a good, long, at least 55-day fire like I had a couple years ago. Because that really just brings in the good money that I need. But no, I'm just rambling at this point. But my brother, I was on the phone telling me, I won't lie, I was asking him for some money because, I'm really bad with handling my finances, and yet again, I'm going to be late on rent again. Because it's just a continuous habit for me. Even though, like, it's not like I haven't made money this past month. I have over $2,000 coming in from the 140 hours that I worked in the past 2 weeks, which, yes, insane hours, but it's worth because, unlimited overtime. It's just needed. It's something that, like, it makes me feel good. I don't know if it's healthy to work this huge amount of hours, but my body enjoys it, and that's what really puts me to sleep at night. It's like I have struggled with insomnia if I'm not using medication to sleep. It's really difficult for me to sleep unless I've worked ton, like a ton of hours, like 12 or 16-hour days. That's what puts me right to sleep at night. So exercise helps too, but it's just the long being awake and being forced to be awake and do a task that maybe I don't hate, but like it's just a meaningless task, or even some type of hard labor working freight and stuff really just wears me down. and puts me to sleep, and then it just makes me feel really good in the morning because I, get a full night's sleep. I don't wake up 50 times, whether it be waking up from panic attacks or anxiety, or from nightmares. I just go to sleep and I just don't wake up. But my brother, he just my brother, he's a really smart dude, and he just passed some of his some testing so he can now work for um water treatment facilities and stuff like that. And that's really cool in my opinion. And he's, it really took me back to seeing that he's actually doing bigger things with his life than maybe not bigger things than I have, but bigger things than I'm currently doing right now with my life. I'm not trying to compare us, as siblings always have a tendency to do, but it is hard not to when I see someone that had the group the same circumstances as me taking the circumstances and turning them into a good thing and making just a good life out of it. And still, I'm here doing what I feel is doing life the hard way. So like, it's kind of crazy to me that someone younger than me that's it's not crazy, but it's really impressed me, and it really slapped me in the face to hear my brother just tell me that everything that's happened in my life up to this point since I've had become like what do you call it, sentient and cognitive and left the house and been living on my own, like they've all been my own decisions, whether I made good decisions or bad ones, like that's all been on me. Um and I need to stop blaming it on the past circumstances of my life and like past childhood shit and past just, shitty ways I grew up or shitty things I haven't learned until later on in life, unlike other people, or you know what I mean? I really just need to like buckle down, I feel, and just start taking better care of myself, start taking better care of the people I love around me, and just treating myself better. Um, so that in the future I can have a better life, the life that I want to have. Instead of just, going around complaining or relying on others to cover my ass when things don't go necessarily as planned. You know what I mean? Which is a continued habit for me, and that's what I'm starting to realize. It's like it's something I want to change. And I think being 100% sober since the 20th has really, yet again, done something to my brain where I'm like, oh, maybe this is how life is supposed to be lived. Um, not just consuming the devil's lettuce nonstop all day, or at least for part of a day every day when I have the opportunity to just chill out and relax. Like I don't understand like why I used to and why sometimes I still crave to do that all the time. And even alcohol has been an issue for me, as I mentioned in past videos. But like I'm really hoping that this thought pattern that I've started to have these past couple of days really sticks with me even when I get home and I don't just slip back into bad habits. Um, and using and abusing, you know, recreational and prescribed medications to numb out pain that, I really just need to address and figure out why I do certain things and why I'm a certain way and what I want to do about it. Certain parts of me I do love, and certain parts of me are just me, and that's who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. But that doesn't mean I can't change some of the things, especially the negative things that I dislike, and make it, make just improve. Because one step better, one foot forward in front of the other is still 1% better. Like 1% is better than 0% or negative steps backwards at all times. So like, yeah, man. Like, I hope y'all can maybe take a little something away from this rambling. But honestly, like, what it comes down to is like, sometimes we just need to like be open to listening to others and realize that like, you know, some of the past decisions we made and the current things that are happening to us in life are direct consequences or indirect consequences, and we might not see it for years to come. Like, but you know, your actions do matter, and you can't just like pretend they don't all the time. I guess I have a really bad habit of making it a habit of pretending that my actions don't matter in any way, shape, or form. When in reality, they really do in the big picture. If I want to squander my life away and just like not do what I want with it, and then just sit around complaining that my life isn't where it is, like where I want it to be. Like that's no one's fault but mine. No one else has more control than I do. you know, I think that's the main thing I'm gonna think about tonight. I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta get up tomorrow. I got a long day of travel and flying tomorrow back to my home. But it's been a good couple 11 or so days, and I think in the end, it's been, even if this is the only fire I get to go on the season, it's really gonna definitely help me just have a little bit of a reset in life and reevaluate where I want to go and where I want to be for the rest of the summer. I do hope to see you guys there. If you guys want to keep tuning in, that's more appreciated than any of you guys know. So hope you guys have a great night. I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. If you can, like, subscribe, all that jazz. I love y'all. I'm gonna go get some sleep. You guys go get some sleep if you have a subject. Good night. Goodbye.